The crisis on Navajo Nation is so out of control that international humanitarian organization Doctors Without Borders dispatched a team there this week. The reservation now has the highest infection rate in the country and more cases per capita than New York State. And while the rest of Arizona starts to open up, Navajo President Jonathan Nez is enforcing America's strictest lockdown.
We have to utilize our own sovereign ability to keep our citizens safe here on Navajo. And that means using the laws, the policies, and the regulations that we can put in place.
Those measures include a 57-hour curfew every weekend, which is strictly enforced by the police.
Right now we're in District 2, Shiprock District, enforcing the curfew and the lockdown. So far from the radio, there's essential employees on the road, which is okay. They're providing the documents necessary.
Can you repeat, please?
Well, we continue enforcing our curfew. The numbers are too high, very high. They're very scary.
Navajo Nation may be rural, but most people aren't used to isolation, and that makes it hard to contain the virus. Sprawling networks of family and friends share food, transportation, and homes.
Good morning, my son.
Often it's the only way to meet basic needs. Like a third of the nation's residents, Shanna Yazie's family has no running water at home. As supplies run low, Yazzie faces a hard decision: break isolation or cut down on hand washing and cleaning.
Good morning. So today is water hauling day. We are running out of wash water inside, but we have a problem, and I'm going to try to fix it with whatever I have here. Water's still leaking out throughout the night that we're losing a lot of water.
To make sure people stay home, tribal authorities have distributed food, water, and supplies to 5,000 families. But the infection hasn't slowed, and the reservation's healthcare system, which already struggles with high rates of preventable disease, isn't equipped for this. Dr. Michelle Tom is a family physician who works at the same clinic where she was born.
It's hard. The people that are getting sick are my family. Every time I go to work, I have at least one positive COVID patient that I see. We are seeing people with like obesity, hypertension, diabetes, and that could be in any range, right? So we have a lot of per capita of those three disease categories.
Indian Health Services spends about $4,000 per patient. The national average is almost $10,000. So doctors have to do much more with much less.
We have approximately 25 ICU beds of 150, 170,000 people. And so time is of the essence, right? If those beds are full, now what? The chopper then is traveling an hour and a half to get them to the city of Phoenix before they're even seeing a pulmonologist or get an ICU. Our schools are underfunded. Our Head Starts are underfunded. Our healthcare is underfunded. It's made my job harder. It's caused higher mortality, morbidity with our Navajo people and Hopi people.
The federal coronavirus bill promised some relief. It authorized $8 billion, the largest ever direct payment from the federal government to Native American tribes. When the payment arrived, 10 days after it was promised, the $600 million sent to Navajo Nation's account was just 60% of what they say they're due. The Treasury says it's figuring out how to distribute more funds. Meanwhile, Navajo Nation's crisis is in the national spotlight, and President Nez hopes this could lead to lasting change.
We're hoping to get the money. I mean, that's the bottom line. The first citizens of this country are still being ignored. Every single appropriation has underfunded the Indian Health Service. You know, we're not even ready at this level of a pandemic to help all our citizens. You can see that all across the country. This pandemic is highlighting the inadequate healthcare system throughout this country